Hey, what's going on, good people? Welcome to Russ Can't Fly. Oh, it's about to be real exciting! All right, so this is like really crazy. So the thing I love about this aviation journey is the people I get to meet. All of the different pilots, all different walks of life, all that kind of stuff. So today, I'm gonna be flying with this gentleman back here, and we're gonna be flying this Piper Arrow. It is a complex aircraft, which means it has retractable landing gear, as you can see here. The landing gear will come up and it will go inside the wing and inside the cowling there. The other thing that makes this complex is that it has something called a constant speed propeller. Now, I don't know a lot about these types of things, but that's what's so exciting about flying this aircraft today. And I get to fly with this young man who is working on, becoming a certified flight instructor, which is awesome. So we're gonna take this baby up, do some stuff. He's gonna maybe even show me some holes. This is awesome. All right, so let's get in there and let's let it do what it do. All right, brakes are set, gear selectors down, we'll get the master on. All right, cool. Everything's good, just check these are working. All right, get the lights on outside. Forward. Nope, I'm looking for fuel flow. Perfect. Let's see if we can get this first try. Yeah. Nobody's here. Clear.
There we go.
Oh, there we go. Yeah.
Yeah, I plugged in wrong too. Yeah, this either stops up fast or really slow. It's no in between.
Yeah.
All right, yeah. So this, I always lead them on the dual turn frequency because you can't see that.
You can't see.
Yeah. Transponders, altitude mode. Cool. All right. So if anyone will answer our radio check. Duals down. Radio check. Nobody.
Crickets.
Awkward. Alright. Oh, we're ready to tow. Oh.
Yep, we got it.
Cool. Turn this on for taxi. Here we go. Doylestown traffic, Aero 1125 X-rays, taxi unit 23, Doylestown. Cool. So I'll go ahead and check our brakes.
Yep.
Yeah, so this airplane's pretty cool. It's a little bit heavier than your normal Archer. It's 2650 is our max takeoff weight.
Wow. Okay. What is rotation speed?
So this is it's in miles per hour.
Okay.
So 75 miles per hour, which is about, or 65 miles per hour, which is about 60 knots.
60. Okay.
We land at 75 is what I usually aim for.
Okay. And what's like VY?
VY on this thing, I like to climb about 100 miles per hour.
Okay.
And then I'll do a cruise climb either at 120 or 110.
Gotcha.
And in this airplane, we have a climb power setting.
Okay.
So when we take off, I'll pull the power back, and then the prop back is how you do it in these complex airplanes.
Okay.
To avoid overstressing the engine.
Gotcha.
But yeah.
I'll give you a stereo on the takeoff, of course.
Sure.
But I'll definitely be watching for things like when do you go gear up, all of that kind of stuff.
Yeah, so
Be curious.
it's a little bit more, the engine management's a little more because you have one extra lever, but
Right.
once you get used to it, it's very valuable time.
Gotcha. 200 horsepower aircraft too, so.
Yeah. So IO 360 C1C.
Yes.
Let's try and aim this way so we're not blasting anybody. We're good. Nose wheel. Good. Alright. I'll do about 4 takeoff flow. So fuel pump's coming on. It's on. This comes full rich. And we're good there. Get us up to 1,000. Final's clear. Runway is clear. We'll check that once more and then we'll make our call. We'll get ready to go. Doylestown traffic, Aero 1125 X-rays, departing runway 23 up to the west, Doylestown. Alright, let's pressure correction in. I think the weather lied to us. Alright.
At 2,000 feet inbound.
Degrees verified, we're straight. Here we go. We're in the green, and airspeed's alive. There's 60, 65, we'll rotate. There we go. Alright, so we have a positive rate, and then I'll wait till we have no runway remaining, and we don't, so gear's coming up.
Okay.
That's when I usually put the gear, when there's no runway left.
Runway left, okay.
Yeah, I'll just trim here. Alright.
And do you find yourself really having to stomp on the rudder?
Not that much.
Okay.
It's not too bad. I just kind of, my strategy is to lead with it a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll track that center line.
It got off pretty quick too.
Yeah. So we're heading there we go. Alright, so we're 500 feet, so I'm going to bring us back to climb power. So we're going to go 25 on the manifold pressure, which is right here, which is how much air the pistons are using.
Okay.
And then we're going to come back to 25 RPM on the prop. It's called 25 squared is what people refer to it as.
Okay.
And this will just be nicer on the engine, and then we can maintain about 100 knot cruise climb.
I got you. So you did 25 tack and then manifold pressure over there.
Yeah. Doylestown 1125 X-rays departing the pattern on the 45 Doylestown. Alright, we'll head out to the west and then can have some fun.
Yeah.
If you want to take controls and see how it feels.
Well, because I can't really see.
Okay. Okay.
I'll let you, since it's our first time, I'll let you do it.
Alright.
Now, the manifold pressure is done by the prop control.
It's done by the black lever. So, yeah.
Okay.
So this is basically how much air the pistons are using.
Okay.
This is the RPM.
Okay, I got you.
This is controlling our prop governor.
Gotcha.
And what it does is there's this little thing in it. It's called a feather spring or something like that. And it presses down on these things called flyweights.
Okay.
And they move and it opens up something called a pilot valve, which lets oil pressure in and out of the prop to change the pitch.
Gotcha.
Alright. So this airplane has a cool little feature. Has an automatic gear extension. When you get to a certain speed, so it says 74.
Okay.
This plane, yeah, you can get more like 64.
Okay.
The gear will come down automatically, so we can gonna get into slow flight here. I'll lean this out a little bit. Usually look for about 10 gallons per hour fuel flow, maybe a little more. Just we can run a little richer.
Oh, so you can even see the amount of fuel flow.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, it's pretty useful when you're leaning into cruise.
Yeah, yeah.
We'll go ahead and get us into like a little slow flight condition here. Alright, so you have the gear on safe flight.
Oh, interesting.
And then if we get a little bit slower, yep,
gear in transition. I hear it.
Yep. And there's 3 green.
3 green.
Go ahead and cycle it.
So really, in this aircraft, you really can't do a gear up landing. Like if you get to a certain speed, that gear is coming down.
Yeah, but I kind of laugh at it because it came down, you know, it was stalled the airplane, yeah.
It's coming down theoretically.
Yeah.
Right, right.
Actually, Piper recommended that people remove it.
Really?
Yeah, I think it caused some issues with the system, and also, yeah, doesn't really save you anything.
Gotcha.
You can also do a little steep turn here.
So what's your maneuvering? 120?
131.
131? Okay.
Yeah, we're a little bit lighter, so general, well, do you know the formula for maneuvering speed?
I don't.
So what I always like to calculate it before the flight.
Okay.
So it's the ratio of your current weight over your max takeoff weight. Square root that and then multiply it by your speed at max weight, which is our...
interesting. Okay.
Yeah, it's a cool little thing. If you ever take a commercial check ride, they'll might ask you about that. We'll go ahead and do a commercial one. About to 50 degrees. They're sinking a lot. Just add some load. There we go.
You caught him. You caught him.
Yep. Losing it a little. Very good there. There we go. Right at 50. I like to fly them with the trim, but
yeah,
you know, in this airplane it's kind of weird. Load the wings, or come back on our reference.
Inbound for the left downwind 2.
There we go. Or left steep turn. And then, have you ever heard of a Chandelle before?
No. Well, I've heard of them, but of course I've never done them. Not for private. They didn't recommend them for private, so I was actually surprised.
Yeah. They're, I mean, everyone says they're useless, but I think they're fun. So the goal of them is to turn kind of the tightest possible. Like, let's say you're in a canyon, right?
Right.
And you need to turn and you need to climb. That's kind of what it is. So it's a changing attitude and changing bank maneuver.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So I can show you one if you want.
Yep.
So what I'm going to do is do a clearing turn to the right here. So I can use the little lakes as my 90-degree point. So you want to select something off your...
off the nose?
Yeah, about off the wing. So I like to use my shoulder, yeah.
Okay.
So come here, and I can't really see it that well, but I should once to come up. Perfect. All right, so it's kind of about 90 degrees there, that little lake. We'll start here. We'll get to about 131. Once we're there, I'm gonna roll to 30 degrees.
Okay.
At full power.
And
We're gonna pitch up. And you want a slight constant rate here, and we should be about 15 degrees at that 90 point. And we're getting there, we're getting there, we're getting there. All right, we're at our 90, so we're gonna keep banking out. We're kind of nearing our minimal controllable airspeed. So then we want to start looking out the right side, and we want that, when we come wings level, we want that point that we chose to be right off our 90.
Oh, I got
on
you.
the other side, yeah. So it's about a 180 degree turn. We're coming here, just slowly rolling out. We're at max minimum controllable airspeed. We're right about 90 degrees, right about there.
Gotcha.
And we see we gain a lot of altitude.
Yeah,
about
yeah.
3,400 feet we're now. And we can just kind of recover.
It's like the 30-degree climbing turn.
Yeah.
180 degrees, basically.
And they're really good exercise to practice like rudder control and things.
Gotcha. And what is a DPE looking for? They's looking for the 30 degrees, of course.
Yeah.
But what is the control that they're looking for when you're climbing?
So we're looking for coordination.
Okay.
When you're climbing, you want to hold your 30 degrees and you want to increase. So when you're at the 90 point, we're at our maximum pitch up. And then once you pass that point,
Okay.
they're looking for you're rolling out the bank but holding the pitch.
Oh, okay.
And then they want you to be, I think it's plus or minus 10 from the, I don't know if it gives a heading specifically, but they basically want you to be on that 90 point but off the right side since we did the left.
Gotcha, gotcha.
So it's a cool little maneuver. Alright, so I know you were confused with holds, so we can find a VOR to do some holds on.
Is Pottstown still available? Because I know a couple of them have, like, been canceled out.
I think Pottstown should work. We can do a GPS hold as well
Okay.
if it doesn't work, but we'll go ahead and tune Pottstown in. 16.5. Oh, it's already in there. Perfect. Alright, so let's give us a nice heading that'll keep us clear of everything. We'll hold to the north
Okay.
of Pottstown, and standard holds are to the right.
Okay.
As you can see, this flight is absolutely spectacular, and I am learning so much from Mr. Big E. And I mean, it was just such an amazing flight. And you know, this kid is like, what, 20 years old, something like that. And that's the thing that I love about aviation. Everyone can learn something from everyone. There's different levels, there's different understandings. It's just amazing. And so we end up doing this hold. He ended up explaining to me how to do a hold. It was right turns. We did a hold over the VOR, the Pottstown VOR. It was just amazing. So I just don't want this video to go too long, but wow, what a spectacular flight. And I'm so thankful that Mr. E took time out of his schedule before he goes back to school to fly with a brother. This is the thing that I love about aviation. The willingness to share, to teach, to learn, to help, to sow into. It's just amazing.
Take our outbound course here. We would bug that if we had a bug. So actually I do. I like to take my finger here and just do this. I know it's kind of confusing,
Right.
but I always remember the small side is teardrop, this is parallel, and then everything here is direct.
So since we're here, so it's direct?
Yeah,
Is
so
that
it would
the
be
deal?
direct
Okay.
entry. So
Okay.
we turn right to a 360 heading in this case,
Okay.
and then we would go outbound for 1 minute, come back in for 1 minute.
Okay. Okay.
Ocean County traffic.
Okay, my control. You have controls. My control.
Downwind runway 2.
And again, I don't want this flight to get too long, but yes, he did cede the controls to me. I got to feel what it was like to fly this complex airplane. And I will say that it felt a little heavier, definitely, but it was very smooth. And the availability of that 200 horsepower power was nice. So anyway, I don't want this flight to get too long, but this was such an amazing flight. And again, I really want to thank you, Big E, for allowing me to fly with you. It was a true blessing, and I will say this, sir, you've got an extremely bright future ahead of you. You're going to be one heck of a pilot. And so I know you got to be instructor first. You will knock that out of the park, but you've got a bright future in your aviation career. All right, let's get back to Doylestown and get this baby on the ground.
Doylestown traffic, 5 Fox Golf.
All right, so you are coming into a field to land as part of your checklist. So is this part of your GUMPS check? Like, is that when you're starting to run that?
So I do everything on downwind.
Okay.
So once you beam your landing point that you want, I do prop forward first, just a little bit earlier.
Okay.
Gear down, and then just making sure this is on, everything's on. I usually turn this on before.
Okay.
And then I'll check it once again, and always making sure that
3 green.
Always.
Right. This is awesome. But yeah, the one takeaway is you're looking for power. Guys got to go to the manifold as opposed to the tack.
Yep.
Because the constant speed, the tack is not going to help you because it's supposed to be at a constant speed.
Yep. Doylestown Aero 1125 X-ray is about 3 miles to the northwest of the field, 1,400. We're doing a 360 to join the left downwind 23 on the 45 Doylestown. We're coming in here. Doylestown Aero 1125 X-rays on the left downwind 23 Doylestown. This airplane when you land, it's very nose heavy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because the engine's pretty heavy.
And you're keeping power even after across the fence?
Yeah, you have to keep it in a little bit longer because it'll drop.
Okay.
All right, I'll come prop full forward now. We got this on, all this is on, and then we're just waiting on gear and flaps. So about the second center line is kind of where I want to touch down. I'm going to go gear down. Gear down first because it slows you down the
I
most.
feel that, yeah.
All right. Gear down 3 green, no red, so gears down verified. Now we go 1 notch of flaps. All right, a little bit fast, but that's okay. We have plenty of room. Yeah, energy management in these is a little more
demanding.
A little more critical, yeah.
Okay.
That's because you don't want to get slow and then sink with the gear down.
Yeah.
Pretty square base. Go ahead, get flaps 2nd notch in. Now we'll start slowing her down. Alright, gears down 3 green, no red. And prop mixture, fuel pumps on, liner lights on. And our seatbelts are good. We're coming down about 90, so we're going to turn 5. This will really help us to slow down. I'm still used to turning real early in the twin. So we're going about 100 on base and that. But this you want to turn a little bit earlier.
Okay.
Turn a little faster. And then once landing is assured, I'm going to put full flappage in.
Gotcha.
Doylestown Aero 1125 X-rays on final 23 Doylestown. Is clear and use taxi. About to pitch for about 80, 75 here, continue slowing down.
Traffic 74 uniform.
Right, landing's assured, so I go full flaps. Center line, flaps good, gears down, props full forward, mixture's good, fuel pumps on. I just stay a little bit high, but that's alright. Just reduce power. I'll look at that crosswind correction. We're down. I'll hold that nose. There we go.
Nice. Very nice.
Thank you.
All right, so as you can see, that was it. So we gotta wish this young man well. He is a sophomore. He's gonna be going back to school. This was a real treat. Not only did I get a chance to touch the controls of this complex, but it's always good to see the young people doing their thing. And that's why I do what I do, just so you can see. So if there's other young people, you see this young man, just know that if he can do it, so can you. All right, so that's pretty much it. I thank you so much for flying with me. It's been awesome. Russ can fly. I'm out. Peace.